And welcome back to Hannity, joining us now with more on the Paris Climate Conference and President Obama's, well, head-turning remarks. 2016 Republican presidential candidate, Governor Mike Huckabee. It's almost like an obsession this president has with apologizing for the country. When you heard his remarks today and how out of context they were in terms of the progress we have made in spite of him, what was your reaction?
You know, Sean, I sometimes wonder what country did he grow up in, because the one I grew up in seems like such a different place. When he said that we have contributed to this problem, I'm thinking, what problem? This is a country that I'll tell you what it's contributed to: the greatest level of economic prosperity in the history of mankind, the greatest military strength and force that has kept us safe and kept us free. This is a country that put coal miners to work and let them build strong livelihoods for their families, that gave people the opportunity to go to oil fields and drill for those resources that God gave us under our feet. This is a country that used that wealth to build hospitals, universities, schools, and to go out and rescue the butts of people all over this world who didn't have so much. I don't know why this president seems to be so unhappy with the great things that America has done, not only for its own people in providing good jobs, but in providing charity and prosperity for people around the world. When something goes wrong in this world, who the heck shows up? Americans show up, that's who. And where did they get some of that resource to help people? From the very energy that this president seems to hate.
You know, I want to ask you a question about this president as it relates to, we're going to give the Iranians $150 billion, the right to spin centrifuges, the right to build CBMs, the right to partner with missile defense. I don't understand that decision. Our FBI director, our our director of intelligence, our assistant FBI director, other intelligence people say that ISIS will infiltrate the refugee community. The president insists on bringing them here. You know, you said you don't know whether or not he understands America's goodness. Why would somebody make those decisions when smart people are saying don't do this? How do you explain that? It's inexplicable to me.
It is inexplicable. He thinks he's smarter than anybody else who's ever not only held that office, but who has ever, I guess, been an American. Sean, look, our energy policy ought to be the total opposite of what Obama proposes. What I think we should be doing is recognizing we have several hundred years of energy under our feet. Coal, oil, gas. We have wind, we have solar, we have every kind of energy. We ought to bankrupt the Russians, the Iranians, and the Saudis by exploring, exploiting, and exporting our energy to become the #1 exporter of energy, not only to challenge the balance of world power, bring the prices down, but I'll tell you the practical effect. When gasoline goes down to $1 a gallon or less, we've just given a single mom the biggest pay increase she's ever had.
Absolutely.
And when electricity goes down, that 84-year-old widow living in South Arkansas on a hot summer August day, who swelters through her through the summer because she can't turn her air conditioning on, get that electricity bill so that she can turn it on and put the thermostat at 72 and enjoy a very safe and comfortable summer.
You have been the one guy, maybe along with Ted Cruz, the two of you probably are the two guys that have said, you know what, I'm not getting into this intramural fighting. Any one of us on the stage, I think you said in the last debate, would be a better president than any of the named Democratic candidates. Yes. What do you think about these reports that if Donald Trump gets the nomination, or if Ted Cruz, and I don't think you're particularly loved by the establishment either, to be honest, Governor.
No, I'm not.
If you get the nomination, they're threatening to pick up their toys and take their money and go home. What is your reaction to that?
Well, if they love their own interests more than they love America, then I guess that's what they'll do. But, you know, I find it interesting that as candidates, we're asked to sign a pledge of loyalty to the party so that whoever gets the nomination, we're to support them. Doesn't the party owe us a pledge of loyalty so that if one of us gets the nomination, the party and all of its apparatus would be loyal to us? Isn't that the way a loyalty pledge is supposed to work? But some of these guys are now wavering.
You saw the interview with some of these guys over the weekend. Now they're wavering. Now, because they're not winning, they seem to, you know, be thinking about picking up their toys.
Well, it would be a huge mistake to the detriment of their own future If they really think Bernie Sanders or Hillary Clinton or Martin O'Malley would be great for this country and build a strong economy, make us safe, then they need to be Democrats. But if you're going to be a Republican, then be one, by gosh. But be a team player and recognize that, as I have said, any one of us on that stage, I believe, will lead more effectively than any of the Democrats, and we will certainly lead very differently because we will put the national interests of this country first, and we will build a strong economy that honors work and productivity and doesn't punish people for being productive.
Governor, I agree with you. I hope everyone else heeds your advice and warning and admonition. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Thank you.